All right, it's time for some Walking Dead what ifs, and oh my God, it's the first time in a long time. It's a three-way here on the channel. It's myself, Justin. Other Justin, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, JP.
JP back in action for some Walking Dead what ifs, and joining us, Matty Dubs. Matty Dubs on the condensing mic. Gonna have to be quiet so I don't end up on his condensing mic there.
Whoever's the loudest wins.
Is that how this goes?
In my life, it is.
So we're bringing Walking Dead what ifs back. Not gonna be a every week thing, but at least a time or two a month because
a sampler.
Yeah, but it's only been so many questions you can ask about The Walking Dead. Like, what if the show was still pretty good and JP was still interested in it?
I was interested until I was spoiled by a spoiling show.
Pope turned the show around.
I want to know who spoiled it for you.
That Afghani vet, Pope. And
what was spoiled for you in The Walking
Dead? Everything.
Like what?
And I'm done. There's no point in talking about it.
It's all the same. It's all the same now.
You're right.
Well, y'all ready for the first Walking Dead what if?
We're very jaded, but we're ready.
All right. What if The World Beyond didn't suck and was written by the podcasting dead? Seriously, and not Barn of Pleasures related.
Oh.
Have you been following the new season, JP, of World Beyond?
There was a new season.
I've heard it sucked, so I never got into it. And it just was not worth my time.
It's, you know what? The newest season, the first episode or two kind of suck. It started getting better because Jadis is back in it, and she's got kind of a role. And
Jadis?
Oh, yeah.
She's the garbage lady?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's a cold-hearted
What is she doing?
She's just a cold-hearted She's working for the CRM. She's one of their generals. Well, she's not a general, but she's one of their top people.
She has to find A's and B's.
Executives.
Yeah. Yeah, but she straight up kills indiscriminately. If you threaten the CRM, she will lock you in the room with a zombie and kill you.
She didn't do that to Negan though.
She tried.
Got him naked and painted his body and all this kind of stuff.
That was punishment enough.
She tried.
Yeah.
She tried to have him bit. But if I wrote, because JP, do you remember how excited we were for the World Beyond?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a good show, but it wasn't a good show at all.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, pretty bad.
If I was writing it, JP, I think we could agree if podcasting dead was writing it wouldn't suck so bad.
I mean, there would be a lot more of something, adventure, intrigue, nudity, whatever. I mean, something, yeah, it'd be better. It couldn't be any worse.
Right. Matt, that's something I think we can all agree on. The Walking Dead lacks nudity.
Depends. What's on the air, what's off the air. I will agree on the air is lacking.
We got to see, what was it, Rick and Michonne's butt that one time?
That was okay. I was all right with that.
But, that's all we get.
Oh, can't have it all.
Just some pale cheeks.
So moving forward, this one's a pretty good one. So what if Season 2 Rick was experienced as Season 8 Rick? Would things play out differently, like Shane surviving the farm or not overrun by walkers?
No.
If Rick Season 8 was on Season 2, Rick himself would have killed all of the walkers that came to overtake the barn.
Yeah, you'd have slapped the out of Herschel.
Why would you slap the out of Herschel, though?
He probably would have made out with Shane. I mean, no rules. That's all I'm saying.
He is a bit more savage later on.
Right.
Season 8 Rick is so savage. He's like, the farm's getting overrun and you're trying to kill me, Shane. Kiss me, you fool.
Me, you fool.
Yeah.
Kiss me, you fool.
Yeah. Grabbed each other's wieners, the whole thing.
Matt, what do you think? Season 8 Rick in the Season 2 episode where the farm gets overrun. Would it have gone different?
He Rick and later on it's just a whole lot more feral. I think he would have just some up.
Just started.
So refresh my memory. What was going on in Season 8?
Well, just Season 8 would have been the end of the Negan saga.
The Saviors, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah. So Rick doesn't give a fuck
he is like full blown feral at that point.
That was like the season where Rick had one of my favorite moments where he like comes up the alley and just slams into Negan.
Yeah.
One of the coolest scenes in the show.
That's the lawless one. Ain't no laws when you're hanging out with Rick.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, which is exactly what Matt's doing
Rick,
right now.
Yeah. That's what Rick was doing too in season 8.
I'd give JP a drink, but I think he's had enough today.
Yeah.
He's still talking.
I'm good.
If he has another drink or two, he ain't going home tonight.
No.
Oh, I've had JP down all day. For those long-time listeners, you know how significant that is.
Yeah.
For new listeners, you're like, why do I care?
Yeah.
You should care is what I say.
But season 8 Rick would have taken
One
every
wild
zombie that tried to take over the HERSHELS farm. Like, you could have just had one season 8 Rick, and it would have
He
sought.
would have bent him over a barrel and like straight up butt him.
Yeah.
Rick be like, I got things and stuff.
He could bust the zombies and revert them back to humans. That's probably the cure right there.
What?
Butt a zombie and busting and in them.
Well, if you're Rick Nut.
Rick Nut is the cure.
Yeah.
That is the DNA sequence that reverses the zombie gene.
Rick Nut.
Yes, Rick Nut.
Rick Nut.
Full of vitamin D.
Oh, full of vitamin R.
For Rick.
Maddie Williams says, what if the Alexandria head family had not sucked so much and they all survived? Could Alexandria with Rick and made it a viable society somewhat like the Commonwealth? I mean, I feel like part of me feels like the theme was they would not have survived until Rick and his group came along and showed them the way. But like, weren't they surviving just fine until Rick's group showed up?
Yeah.
The common theme of the show, I can tell.
And then everything just kind of like went to after that.
Rick shows up and F's it all up in the A.
I mean, would they have fared well against Negan? That's the question.
I feel like they would have fared better because I feel like Deanna would have just bent to Negan's will.
Yeah, it's been more compliant instead of trying to stir up trouble.
And then the Whisperers would have had to go up against the Saviors. And
who do you think will win that one? The Saviors and the Whisperers?
I'd give the Whisperers.
You think the Whisperers, Matt, would beat the Saviors? For what reason?
There's some sneaky MFers. Like they can slip past your defenses, then F you in the A.
What do you think, JP?
It's the sneaky ones that kill you.
Yeah.
Saviors were more upfront about coming to wreck your up.
Good point. JP, what do you think?
If Negan was still the HNIC,
Had Negan in charge,
he wouldn't have been. Yeah, right. He wouldn't have been out there in the field, Alpha and cutting her head off and stuff.
So you think? So you say Whisperers, Matt. JP, you say the Saviors
for the
will
fact
win?
that I think the Whisperers could slip past them easier and essentially take them from the inside out.
Well, she did do that to Alexandria. Yeah. Like she slid in like a thief in the night and just dressed all. Alpha won't looking too bad with the the blonde scalp that she cut off that woman prior to the festival.
Blonde scalp.
So JP says Saviors, and Matt, you say Whisperers, right?
Yes, and I'm correct.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna say Whisperers versus Saviors. That's tough.
You decide.
I mean, obviously
at their peak, like the Saviors still have tons of ammo and all this kind of stuff.
I mean, the Saviors at one point could have just straight up mowed down any horde of walkers that showed up, to which place the Whisperers' knives would have not made any difference. But it depends on the strategy. Like they could have, I don't think Alpha would be dumb enough to try and take the Saviors head on. I feel like she would take them out little by little.
Yeah, like through attrition.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Listeners, let me know in the comments, man. Whisperers versus Saviors. JP, did we do a podcast on this?
Probably did.
I feel like we did. I feel like we've already talked about the Saviors.
Hashtags the Dubs is right.
Hashtag Dubs for president. What if the governor was Negan's right hand? Ooh, they would have. I feel like it would have been very similar to Simon, though.
Yeah, so
there'd
basically
be a pivot for for complete control.
Right.
Yeah.
So who wins in a fist to fist? That's what it comes down to. Governor and
I feel like the governor would take
the
Simon
governor and
fist to
Negan.
fist.
Well, the governor and Negan.
I don't
think
know,
Simon
man.
and
The
Negan
governor
both-
was strong.
I think Simon and Negan would stomp the gov.
You think that?
Listen, I didn't vote for this governor. I got half the cow votes in this county.
So Matt, you think that
Simon and Negan would stomp the gov.
Simon or Negan would stomp the governor?
Oh, hell yes.
Matt, JP, what do you think?
I mean, can he see out of his right eye? I don't know.
I'm just gonna say, man, the governor though he was good at hand to
He was
hand.
a beast, yeah.
I mean, he's a strong guy, and he was mentally unstable to boot.
It's true.
You know, the last Walking Dead What If We Did was in February.
Get out of here.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, that's the last time we
Pathetic.
did a Walking Dead What If.
Simon would stomp your ass, Justin.
Probably, man. All right. So Matt, you say that because the question really, I feel like, what if the governor was Negan's right hand man?
It would not
It would
work.
have
It's
played
simply-
out similar to Simon. If the governor would have just wanted to
Would've
wipe
stepped up.
everybody out,
Would have stepped up to plate and named like, nah, you, buddy.
I feel like it would have played out much like the Simon debacle. JP,
Know your role.
Yeah, I mean,
Hashtag scroll.
it's tough, man. I think the governor might have put up more of a fight just because he's a bigger man. But
I didn't vote for him.
hashtag not my governor.
Hashtag not my governor.
The governor
Hashtag
still to
not
date is one of my favorite villains.
Yeah.
Oh,
shows
he's
ever
cool.
had.
Like
I love the governor. I thought he was a great villain.
oil and water, though, they just wouldn't mix.
And that's the thing, man. Like, I remember when David Morrissey was cast as the governor and thinking,
yeah.
what the like, he
in
doesn't
corn
look
dog
anything
hell?
like the comic governor looks like a skinny Danny Trejo. Like a really thin Danny Trejo.
What about Negan in the comics?
Oh, no. Negan in the comics was a whole lot bigger than
He's a
Negan.
beefcake.
Oh, yeah. Negan in the comics, that's half of his
He's
thing.
like a
is
sushi roll in the show.
He's like this big, stout dude, but I do think, to his credit, I do think Jeffrey Dean Morgan really made it his
I love
own,
his
though.
portrayal. Yeah.
But I think JP will agree with this, though. I wish I could get Rick and Morty's interdimensional cable to see a alternate universe where John Hamm played.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
I think
Yeah,
John
no kidding.
Hamm would have been the ultimate Negan. Like, beef him up a little bit, give him a few months in the gym beforehand, because he was actually in talks for the role. I feel like John Hamm would have been, other than Jeffrey Dean Morgan, John
What about
Hamm would have
Bradley
been.
Cooper, like when he was like the beefcake and Sniper.
Timothy Oliphant. He
Oh,
was
yeah,
in talks
maybe,
to play
yeah.
Negan too. I could see that. He's a good villain. Remember him in The Girl Next Door?
Yeah.
He played a bad guy and he played it really well. But in an alternate universe, John Hamm would have been the perfect Negan. I feel
Went full ham on him.
when Negan went ham.
He went full ham.
So this one is from Devin Obnar. What if Rick were still here? Would Henry being with Lydia made him think of what Carl could have had? How dare you a girl my boy could be f***ing.
You cock blocked my boy.
I just remember, I don't think I've ever seen JP hate a character the way he hated Henry.
Oh, God. Awful. Yeah, I would have been glad to see Rick Henry. Or whatever we were talking about.
I hate you. You gonna beat me up? No. I'm gonna you.
Yeah.
Hashtag something we can agree upon.
Oh, Henry was the worst. Let's see. Would Rick have started feeling guilty? Would he be more protective of Judith? I think Rick would be protective of Judith regardless.
Yeah.
Little baby girl.
That's my pride and joy that Shane made. Now kiss me, you fool.
No. So Crawley's Angels production says, I thought of a couple of more what ifs. Big villain showdown, Woodbury, but with the tank versus the Saviors versus the Whisperers
Holy
with
shit.
the Horde versus Terminus. Jesus Christ. This is like everybody killing
Every faction,
everybody.
Yeah, just going
Everybody's
full blown
done.
war, yeah.
Can we agree the like Terminus people would have been the first out?
Yeah, they're steamrolled.
Without their deceit, they're not much.
They have nothing. Yeah, they have nothing to no.
Yeah, if they can't deceive you, there's really not much to the Terminus crowd. But so they die out the gate. Terminus is dead.
Flank.
So now we've got Woodbury with the tank versus the Saviors versus the Whisperers. JP, who's coming out on top?
If you got tank, you're pretty well off. I mean,
not if you got a Durrell Dixon.
Yeah.
All it takes is one Durrell to destroy one tank.
Yeah.
Somebody killed Durrell?
Which, I mean, you got to think, though, like, tanks don't function that way. Like, when you shove a shell into the barrel of a tank, there's a little latch that closes. So that grenade may have damaged the barrel, but it certainly wouldn't have rolled into the tank and blown it up the way it did on the show.
What? Of course it would have.
I mean, that's just Durrell plot armor. So, JP, who's coming out on top?
Well, I mean, the Terminus people make really good barbecue, and I mean, it's hard to turn down good barbecue.
They would settle over, some
You're saying,
barbecue.
JP, you're saying the Terminus crowd would win?
If the sauce is homemade.
Yeah, I agree with JP. Like, if they made some good barbecue, like, they could all squash their beef right there and all come together and live in harmony. Sometimes.
I mean, once the smell of that barbecue just wafts over the battlefield,
it's over.
Who's going to argue with it?
Yeah, that's over.
So
tell me one.
Both of you say Terminus.
Yes, they will win our hearts.
Through our stomachs.
Yes, through our stomachs.
I'm going to go with the Saviors on this
hearts
one.
through stomachs.
I feel like the Saviors would block the path of the tank, rendering it useless, and then they would certainly outgun Woodbury. The Whisperers would give them some trouble with that horde, but it would either be the Whisperers or the Saviors in that battle for me. Both of you say Terminus.
Yes.
And here I am saying Terminus is the first ones out. Oh, the power of barbecue.
Brings people together. That's what the whole mission's about.
From Dragos. Gentlemen, it's almost that time. I'm excited. I know you guys. Okay, so that's not a what if, but hey, Dragos. Zach Dixon says, do you think all the Walking Dead shows will merge into season 11 of The Walking Dead?
Nope.
Do you think the Daryl and Carol have the Commonwealth Fear the Walking Dead cast, the Walking Dead World Beyond cast, and Michonne's group will go and fight the CRM and rescue Rick?
It's just convoluted enough to work. Yeah.
JP's like, I don't remember half the question, but yes.
I don't know how we'll get there, but we'll get there by God.
We're going to be there. I don't think that's the way it's going to go, man. I really, really wish it was, but I don't.
We'll all go out with a whimper, just go off into some random direction and without tying up nothing important.
The World Beyond is on its last leg. It's like one or two more episodes
left. It never had a leg to begin with.
It really did.
His last leg is his first leg. Yeah. And it was a cripple from day one.
It was an amputated diabetic.
I mean, it really is kind of like Venom said to that criminal in the store. It's like this legless, armless thing, just a turd in the wind. It really never had a leg or an arm.
I like Venom 2, though.
Venom 2 was good. Yeah, I have one problem with it.
Oh, no.
One problem.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to spoil it. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, cover your
first one, so don't even worry.
I don't like spoiler in 3, 2, 1. I don't like that they killed off Carnage.
If he's dead, maybe
he bit his head off at the end. There's no way he's alive. He literally decapitated him. He's dead.
Well, hey, look, it's got to go somewhere.
He's dead.
Better out than in.
And that's what I don't like. Like, you know comics more than I do. Like, Carnage is Cassie's not gone anywhere.
Well, the symbiote may still be alive.
I mean, maybe it carries his memory, but like, he certainly doesn't die like that in the comics. So for them to end him the way they did, that was my main problem. But otherwise, it was a good movie.
That's a fun movie, yeah.
I liked the first Venom, to be honest with you. I thought it was a fun ride. The second one was better. One of the rare cases where the second one was better than the first.
And then the ending, wow.
Yep. You think that's going to tie into No Way Home?
It's going to tie into something.
Have you seen, side note, or you, JP, you and I are going to see No Way Home. We've seen the other one together. We're going to go see No Way Home. So I 100% right here in the witness of Matt, you're not allowed to see it unless I'm going with you to see it.
All right. Yeah. No, I mean, the your local movie theater, you can bring drinks in the theater. So
you'll come down here to see it.
Aye.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. But when No Way Home comes out, you're going to come down. We're going to get some drinks and go watch it.
Get up.
All right. Matt, have you been seeing previews for it?
I have.
Have you seen the crocodile? Well, like the straight up, they're trying to make you think Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire aren't in it. But if you go back and you watch the final scene, like the scene of one of the trailers where it's Sandman, Electro, and the crocodile versus like the Spider-Man, you can clearly see someone punching the crocodile, but they've been CGI'd out of the scene. Like he swings in and he's like, ugh. Oh, that air.
The lizard, Kurt Connors.
I keep saying the crocodile, but yeah, the lizard.
He might as well be a crocodile.
He looks like a crocodile. I've always called him that, though. I mean, to be fair, JP will back me up. I don't read a crap ton of Marvel, but I do keep up with Spider-Man. JP's witnessed that.
Sure.
But I've always called him crocodile for some reason. But anyways, do you think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in it?
Oh,
I think they will be. Too much hype for them not to be in.
Just as sure as I have tuberculosis, yes, they will be in it.
Matt, what do you think?
I agree. I think they'll be in there.
But JP, you better come down and see it.
I hope so.
Matt, you'll go with us to see it.
He'll
Maybe.
go. He'll come.
No, you
I'll
have to
make
be
him
there.
come.
No.
I'll make him come.
No.
Oh, I can't wait. So let's see.
Did I show you I don't know if anybody cares, but I got into a tussle with a possum the other night.
I saw it on your Snapchat. You were holding the possum up by the tail. Thank goodness you let it go peacefully.
What would you have done?
I would have let it go because possums are great animals.
They're nice, but they don't belong in the cat house.
I mean, they don't belong in the cat house, but possums rarely get, if ever, get rabies. They eat a lot of common pests we hate, like ticks. They also rarely
They have
attack
sharp
people,
teeth, too, for
but they don't
anyone wants to
attack
know.
people.
My hand bakes differ.
The possum, did it bite you?
Yeah.
No, it did not.
Yes. Look at this chomp on my hand here.
The possum bit you.
Yes, it bit my hand.
I've had plenty of friends with possums, and they'll open their mouth and look all threatening, but they never actually
He
bite.
chomped down like I was bleeding profusely up.
Have you been annoyed by you?
I have been.
Matt's like every day.
I've crawled in my own skin this month. Like that's just like I have just hated life.
And then the possum bit you.
Well,
I've handled lots of possums in my life, and I've never been bit by one.
The only nice thing is that at least I finally felt something lately.
Oh.
James like, damn it, I can relate.
Masturbate more. You'll feel something, I promise.
If I didn't have shoulder issues, maybe.
I mean, I'm just saying. Anyways, well, Matt, I hope you didn't hurt the possum.
I didn't hurt him. I just gave him a stern warning. Like, hey, listen, buddy, I like you, but not in the cat house.
So from UV, you remember UV, don't you, JP?
Sure.
All right. What if Shane went to New Mexico instead of Rick to help Hank shut the drug game down? Oh, man, remember that? They got on a big Breaking Bad, Walking Dead crossover
He'd have Madison.
theme. Shane lost his temper in King County and quit his job because he didn't agree with how many rules he had to follow. Rick told Shane to just suck it up. I thought it said just suck it at first. Suck it, Shane.
Now kiss me.
This will solve your problems. And Lori hated Shane because of how he dealt with criminals. So he moved to New Mexico to start a new life and gets hired by the DEA. Hank agrees that Shane is perfect because he has the physique and has a passion. This is really detailed. This is probably the most
Cartel would have killed him.
detailed Walking Dead whatever we've ever
Cartel
had.
would have smoked his ass.
Taking criminals down. Shane is much more bold than Rick. would Shane shut the drug game down alongside Hank? With Shane being more of a badass, would be able to take someone like Tuco or Mike.
Someone like
JP,
Cole
you are the
calculating.
Breaking Bad fanatic here. What do you think? Shane in the Breaking Bad world, how would that go?
I think if Shane was one of Hank's deputies, just like, kind of let him off the leash, I think he would have some Mexicans up.
Now the Mexican cartel, like versus Gus, like Gus would have smoked his ass.
Do you think Gus would take Shane?
Yes, I do.
Really?
And like in a hand to hand, no, but just the way he's calculating, he would have took him out one way or another.
JP, what do you think?
Well, Gus didn't want to draw unnecessary attention. Otherwise, he would have killed Hank, way sooner. I don't know, man. It's all about the smart move with Gus Fring.
Gus was one bad MFer.
Until he crossed Heisenberg.
Yeah. Now Tuco might have went like straight head on with Shane. Like Tuco might have went.
No, yeah, fisticuff. Tuco.
All right, who Tuco versus Shane? Who's going to win it?
Now, can they both take a bump of meth before they go swinging?
I was going to say the meth plays a big part.
Yes, as Tuco is about to fight Shane, being funny, he takes some ground up meth and blows it in Shane's face. Now Shane is methed out.
Now he has
along with
Tuco.
Tuco.
He's the meth superpowers.
So who's going to win that fight?
It's like when an immovable object is tried to hit by a unstoppable force.
Who's going to win it?
They just go right through each other.
I haven't
We're
heard
gonna have
yet.
meth. That's the only way we'll come to the conclusion.
Let's do some
So we
science
can't
here.
answer this question until we've had some
Yes,
meth.
please. If you're a loyal listener, send some meth to the Podcasting Dead P.O. Box.
Get in your finest boxer briefs, and we're gonna get oiled up and fight in the driveway.
I'm going to say
Tuco.
I feel like
beat-
Shane would take Tuco.
You think so?
Like Walking Dead season 2, Shane, absolutely. Now, cops, I think Shane's been crazy all along. He's just had to hold it together better. But yeah, in a Walking Dead season 2,
Tuco's has
Unchained
always been
Shane.
unleashed.
I mean, Shane was unleashed in season 2, though.
Yeah,
I mean, he become a madman.
but that means he still has some sort of restraint, though. At least.
All right, let's go this route, and then we can determine the other. Do you think Rick could take Tuco?
No,
Really?
not season 2, Rick. Season 8, Rick, where he's fully unhinged and just
Like
completely
full
feral.
savage?
Yeah. When he's completely feral, maybe.
JP, what do you think? Rick versus Tuco.
Rick was too much of a guy of reason, where Tuco, there was no reasoning with him.
I feel like Rick would have just shot him the way he did those guys in the bar.
Well, yeah.
He had street smarts.
He did. Like he read those two guys in the bar like a damn book. And the second they tried something, this is pre-Savage Rick. He still had it in him to know, like, here's what's going down, and bam.
Me too, yeah.
I feel like Rick would take Tuco, and then I feel like Shane would. I don't know if I could say Shane would beat Tuco, but I think Shane would give Tuco a good run
Put up
for
a
his
good,
money.
Yeah.
Tuco had like captured Lori or something. Shane fighting for Lori. That's my booty.
I swear.
I swear, that's my booty.
Pride and joy that my buddy's nut made.
Let's see. So Dwight Schrute says, what if Shane took Rick's place where he was taken away by the CRM when he was trying to escape the zombie horde? What would Rick's reaction be when he thought Shane blew himself up? In this universe, Shane is keeping Negan alive because that's what Carl wanted. Rick stayed back and Shane went on the bike with Daryl. I just imagine like Shane turning back to Rick. This is my boy. Daryl's like, yeah, Rick, it's me and Shane. Pocket sand. That's a loaded question right there, man. I mean, like that's got a little depth to it. I don't think Shane was meant to survive past the point that he survived.
Agreed.
You know, I feel like Shane, if you could teleport him to season like modern seasons or like season 7 or 8, Shane would have been
Just
an
overwhelmed.
unstoppable force. But I don't think Shane's death was meant to be part of Rick's evolution.
It was part of the destiny.
Yep. Almost wrapping it up here. We got another one or two left from Crawley's. What if the governor moved into the prison and they settled their differences for the betterment of both of their groups? Eventually, when they run into the saviors and during the war, the governor gets the bat on the heel in the final episode of All Out War. I mean, I still don't think season 4, Rick's group and the governor's people would have been ready for the saviors. I feel like the saviors would have just mowed them down.
Yeah.
I mean, the saviors were way ahead of their time.
Oh, yeah.
Eternal Wreck. JP, you remember Eternal Wreck?
Sure.
Long-time listener.
I got his care package in my car right now.
You got to mail those out, man. Those patrons want their shirts.
Yeah.
Give me my
Speaking of which, y'all should join our Patreon. Help support the channel.
Give us money.
This equipment is not cheap.
Our lifestyles are not cheap.
What if Sophia never came out of the barn, but she would have been the walker that bit Dale?
Oh, no.
Man. And what if Dr. Jenner left the CDC with the group in the season 1 finale?
They'd have been a lot better off, especially with the governor. He'd have been like, look, bro, there ain't no brain activity in these dead folks. They're dead. So just quit this crazy bullshit right now and let's do something more constructive.
You don't think the governor would have been like, I don't believe you. Kill him.
Nah. Who was the governor's right hand in that story arc? Remind me.
Milton.
Wasn't it?
Milton, right. He'd have been like, man, this Milton guy don't know shit. Like, for real.
Kill him.
I mean, for real, Milton was like playing scientist.
Yeah, it's just like Eugene. He'd been like, look, let's do 10 questions. Me versus Milton.
Milton really was like that kid that was never really that smart, but now that the world's ended, he can play scientist.
Right.
Yeah, superficial knowledge.
But I feel like essentially Dr. Jenner would have died. I don't think he would have made it much past like season 3 or 4.
It's hard to say. He could have been another Heisenberg. It's hard to say.
Well,
I don't see him living that long.
Maybe not.
I feel like Jenner would have died pretty quick. Matt, what do you think?
I don't think you'd have made it very far.
What about Sophia never coming out the barn, but yet being the walker that bit Dale?
Oh, no. Bit Dale? No.
I know what kind of a girl you are. I'm telling you, I've said it a million times, but that is my favorite moment in our podcasting history is when I misread that where it said, what if Dale would have exposed Shane to the group, talking about telling everybody that Shane killed Otis. But I read it as, what if Shane would have exposed himself to Dale? Just like that scene where he's trying to get the gunbacks in the swamp and
look at this.
Dale's like, you want these guns? Zip. You got to get through this.
Get through this revolver.
Shane's like, shit, man.
It would have been the romance arc we all deserved.
Put that thing up. Or put it in me, one of the two. Put it somewhere, Dale. Dale would have made like
Conceal your carry, boy.
Dale face at him. I know what kind of a man you are. Rick versus Alpha. Who would win? That one comes from Hunter Gamer Duty. Rick versus Alpha. I mean, if you read the comics, that's exactly what it was. And
I think Rick could have seduced her, same as Negan.
Do you think so?
I think he could have.
I don't know that Rick has
Rick wasn't that conniving.
Yeah, he wasn't really that seductive.
Swinging that Rick around, I think it would have worked.
This is not just any
It's Rick.
It's Rick Daryl will be like, hell yeah, it is. That's some Rick
Think about all the ass he got through the show. I think he could have got her.
Rick would have been helicopter in the Daryl gone somewhere. Sorry, Rick. When I say the Rick I just can't help it. Pocket sand. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, if you read the comics, yeah, Rick would come out on top because Rick came out on top in the comics, you know. Let's see. We're getting close to the end here. Could be combining two things we've already talked about. Could Peter Parker from Spider-Man survive the Walking Dead apocalypse? I mean, yeah.
He did good in Marvel Zombies.
Right.
show.
The last comic was based on him. Remember the last Marvel Zombies that come out? Like Peter Parker was kind of Rick Grimes.
Yeah, and then Marvel What If, he did good. I mean...
Yeah, I think Peter Parker will be fine. He's got superhuman strength. He's got spider sense that lets him know when someone's sneaking up on him.
Heart of Gold.
Rick had the Iron Man suit? Or what if Rick could Hulk out?
I got things and stuff.
What if he could become Rolk Grimes?
Rolk Grimes.
What if he could Rolk out?
What if he ran into Rick in Atlanta when Rick was surrounded by the Horde? Well, Spider-Man that early into the apocalypse would have certainly done the Spider-Man thing and just been like,
yeah, later, bitches.
I save you, Rick.
Kiss me, you fool.
What if Negan and Beta versus the Hound, Sandor Clegane? Do we think Beta and Negan together could take on the Hound?
I don't know.
I feel like together they probably. I don't know. The Hound probably would just like cut Negan in half out the gate.
Yeah,
be like,
they come
damn son, what you? Yep, there goes Negan. Then it's just Beta with his two little knives versus Sandor's like claymore and
they'd have
sword.
been done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hound on this one. You didn't watch Game of Thrones, did you, Matt?
Not really.
You didn't like it? You don't want to watch it? You don't like it? You don't need it?
I don't need that.
Oh no!
Did you give it a shot?
I tried.
Give it a shot.
How far did you get?
Not very.
Come on, man.
Matt, you can
I
do
will
better
give it
than
an
that.
honest effort one of these days.
Oh, Game of Thrones. Now, just watch it up through season 7 and imagine the show ended and you just didn't know the answer to some of your questions because season 8's f***ing terrible.
It's not good.
But everything up to season 8 is amazing.
The mountain, that I watched some clips that was intense. And when he that little guy up,
So you saw his dick.
I didn't see the mountains.
Oh.
He said when he that little guy,
He's a big old bitch of a boy.
he's humongous.
Yeah, he just like crushes that dude's skull.
And he takes the Mandalorian's face and turns it into mush.
Yeah.
Matt, have you watched The Mandalorian yet?
I have not either.
Oh, man. What's this guy doing down
don't
here?
know.
I ain't.
Tell him to take his clothes off or get out.
That's it.
He ain't watching man.
No.
Matt, you ain't watching
I work a little harder these past couple months than I normally do, and it's made me sad.
Take off your clothes.
Now that I can do.
God, take off your clothes.
Oh man, not W Boy's cock again.
You will not use W Boy's cock to further your podcasting agenda. What if Peter Griffin were in the zombie apocalypse along with Joe, Quagmire, Brian, and Stewie?
Oh, man.
They would all die really fast.
I'm done with family. They use that for vaccine propaganda. I'm done with them.
They would not
been
survive
done with them.
very long. What if the show played out 100% the same as the comics? Would it be better or worse? I think it would be a lot better.
Be the same. I mean, it's the same.
Well, I feel
How
like
would
it'd be
it be better
better
or worse?
because
It'd be the same.
now we've got Yumiko taking Michonne's role. And Yumiko's just not that interesting
She's
compared
why
to
I'm not
Michonne.
watching no
So
more.
it would have been better to see Michonne play out her role. I feel like it'd be better, to be honest.
Maybe.
I've loved Princess's shit down. She's pretty fun.
Oh, Princess is awesome. JP and I said on one podcast, she's one of the best comic to screen adaptations the show's done to date.
Okay.
You said that.
I ain't watching it no more. I don't know.
So you ain't gonna watch the final season of The
Not
Walking
gonna watch
Dead.
nothing. It got
So he
spoiled
hasn't
for
seen
me.
none of the stuff with Pope. Like that?
JP, what was spoiled for you?
This is John Paul II. I don't care because he helped crush
That
the
dude.
Soviet Union.
JP, what was spoiled for you?
He did the whole thing.
Let's go to JP's corner now.
I can tell you do not miss much.
I don't want to
JP
know
was
that
spoiled.
Negan died. I don't want to know how he died.
Negan didn't die.
I don't want to know about it.
Negan's still
The
alive.
fact
What are you
that-
talking
that
about?
Y'all were talking about how Negan got killed and all this, that, and the other. And she was watching in the kitchen. I said, "No, I ain't gonna watch
What
it
are you?
no more.
I don't think you
Gonna
were
watch it
listening.
no more.
I don't think you were listening to our
I
channel.
was watching.
Listen
Negan
to the
didn't.
bod-
I don't
Podcasting
want to
dead.
hear no more.
Negan didn't die.
Don't care.
We didn't say Negan died.
You said how'd you feel about Negan getting killed?
That was probably it. Was it with Matt?
It don't matter.
That was
don't
probably
matter.
a joke.
It won't with me.
No.
I didn't hear about this Negan
I
dying.
said,
boy.
I'm done. I
Negan
canceled
is
my
still
AMC.
very
I canceled my Xfinity.
We swear to.
not because of that podcast.
yeah, Xfinity.
JP.
Yeah, I'm
We
done.
swear to.
Get
roll.
the out of here.
I ain't watching nothing else.
Negan didn't die.
I ain't watching it.
Pope
Ain't gonna do it.
was the
I
greatest.
think you just don't want to watch it because you don't like it no more.
No, I was loving it till I heard about the whole Negan thing. I said, no, I ain't watching
Pope
no
was
more.
the greatest.
Negan is still alive.
And then I said, you know what? I'll watch Goodfellas on DVD. That's about it.
Living his best.
Don't listen to JP. He
But
lost
let me tell you,
interest in
Pope
The
was the
Walking Dead.
greatest Walking Dead villain to date.
I don't know nothing about him. It don't matter to me.
He was the
He was-
worst. He was like a
He was
redneck
the
Eisenberg.
Afghan, yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure it was just a dude with schizophrenia that went to an army surplus store.
Why you got a wound in
On
your
your
back?
back. I just brushed him against a tree.
I went through a thicket.
I went through the thicket.
No.
Why you got them scratched on your back, boy? I served in Afghanistan, and I'm angry for no reason.
Jim Halpert says, have you guys seen the legendary battle between John Cena and The Rock at WrestleMania 28? JP probably has.
The last really epic battle I remember seeing was The Rock and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 18 or 19, something like that. And that was a good match. It was in Toronto, Canada. And it was balls to the wall about, no, I don't care nothing about no John Cena.
Here's an interesting question. Fellas, I know how JP's going to answer. I'm interested to see how Matt's going to
Devil's
answer.
advocate over here.
Completely unrelated to The Walking Dead, but You've says, do you guys think the Black Panther is overrated as one of the best MCU movies? Because when I saw it, I was pretty disappointed. There was nothing unique about the plot. It's the same as every other Marvel movie. I find it hard to believe the Black Panther beats out a movie as action-packed as the Hulk 2008. I hated the movie, to be honest. JP, I already know Black Panther was one of your favorites.
I love the Hulk and the Incredible Hulk, and I love
2008.
Black
That
Panther.
was with
with
Norton, wasn't it?
Yeah, Edward Norton. I love that movie, and I really, really, really liked Black Panther. I mean,
To me, Panther was fun, but like it wasn't nothing new or original. To
what's
me.
fun about systematic racism? I'm glad you found that fun.
I don't. It was a fun,
Yeah.
interesting
Okay.
movie,
Yeah. Wow. Glad I came back for this
dude.
race baiting.
What does my can say here? What does my can say?
MAGA? I don't. What? Yeah.
What's the first word on my can?
Great. That's just great. I like Black Panther. And
No,
I
it was a
love the
fun
Incredible
movie.
Hulk.
I really liked it.
It wasn't fun.
It was
It's
fun.
about the
When it's on the nose, it sucks. On the nose is just like, okay, like yeah, everyone knows that. It's like there's shit wrong in America. I get it. But it
not
was
just
fun.
America, the world. Okay?
America is the world, baby.
Yeah.
Number one in the world, just so you know.
You keep wearing those sneakers and wonder who made them.
Oh, I know who
Guess
exactly
what?
made them.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what?
I'm listening.
Teenagers that are like 8 years old in Sri Lanka.
Teenagers that are 8 years old.
Yeah.
They like got precocious puberty and they're just making sneakers. Oh. 8-year-old teenagers in Sri Lanka with precocious puberty.
Man, I didn't know that question was
It was a fun movie.
gonna invoke so much
Listen.
emotion out of JP.
I'm upset. That's all. That's all.
Oh boy, Dwight Schrute says, I don't agree with you at all. You both are forgetting that Shane was a cop and he has that training plus years of experience against criminals.
You know, if you're a cop, you legally gotta tell me that you're a cop.
Shane would punch Maggie, knocking her to the ground. Rosita would rush Shane, but he'd avoid her, attack and tackle her to the ground, choking her out. Maggie would get back up and Shane would punch her in the face. This is from February of this year. I don't have a clue what is being referenced
I
there.
push her in the face too.
You know what still makes me mad?
Yeah.
Season 11, this is season 11 spoilers. But remember when Maggie was climbing up that, like trying to escape with the group, with Negan? but like she doesn't get up. Like the zombies are batting at her ankle and she falls. Like,
Is that when Negan died?
yes,
Oh
that's
my
exactly when he
God.
died.
Great.
But Negan doesn't help her up, and she gets batted on her ankles a little bit, and she falls. Like, I can't get up.
Help! I've fallen.
And I can't get up. But then she somehow like gets back to them, and she's pissed off at Negan. Like, listen, you had your ankles battered by some zombies, and now you're back, and now you're mad at me. I don't get that. Exactly, I don't get it. Stupid.
I don't know what we were talking about in that conversation when Dwight Schrute disagreed with us so strongly.
I disagree with him.
But
Devil's advocate.
Jim Halpert
It
says
was a fun episode.
Justin and Yuvi versus JP and Stefan Miller.
What? They're still putting me in these things.
JP, who's going to win that one?
Justin and UV versus JP and Stefan Miller.
I don't really feel like it's a competition. I feel like myself and Yuvi would stomp y'all's asses into the ground.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'd be like, pocket whiskey. And JP would be distracted by the whiskey.
You throw that the gay dude from Australia in there, and I think we'd have a fighting chance.
What gay dude?
Nikai.
You know what I like about JP?
Nikai? Yeah.
He's got moxie.
A little bit.
Justin ain't got no moxie.
Does he not?
No.
Shep
Yeah.
your dipstick. I mean, dipstick. It doesn't matter. I don't know.
It's still bigger than yours.
Ooh, doodle.
I'm just playing. It's so small. I am a girl now. My penis, it is so small.
A man that
JP.
can voice his convictions.
Right here.
Huh?
Me and Yuvi versus you and Stefan Miller. Who's going to win? I think
Drop
me
out
and
Yuvi,
Yuvi.
Stefan. Let's just do JP versus.
I think me and Yuvi got it.
Stefan's a junkyard dog. Don't.
I'm just going to use Yuvi to beat you both to death.
Oh no.
I want 1 versus 1. I want you two to fight in front of me.
JP and I?
Yes.
I want to see Stefan naked, but you know what? That wish isn't going to come true either.
JP, let's just
Yes.
reverse it. JP and Matt to the death in front of me.
Now kiss me, you fool.
Yeah.
Who's going to win that one?
I'd get pretty hard before it even started.
I'm hard now.
Yeah, so you see what that would turn into. Oh, man. All right, look.
Tell me more about your fight.
Fighters.
Get us on this OnlyFans.
Become
We'll,
lovers.
yeah, you can see even more.
We're gonna make a podcast called "When Fighters Become Lovers."
I like it.
When fighters become lovers?
Yes.
Aren't all lovers fighters? And I mean, vice versa. I mean,
Is anything anything?
Oh, boy.
Philosophical.
dudes,
This kid's got moxie. Let me tell you.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this newest. I think this is the first Walking Dead What If we've done in like 8 or 9 months. So it was absolutely a blast. We'll definitely have to do more. I want to try to throw at least one of these on per month. But because when you do them once a week, I think JP can attest, it gets to the point where you just kind of run out of things to talk about.
I'm going to throw up.
Is it because of the whiskey or the questions?
It doesn't matter.
I've had JP drinking whiskey since like 2:30 today.
We'll be all right.
We'll get through it together.
Together.
Matt, can you and JP hold hands for me real quick?
My hands are intertwined. They ain't moving.
JP,
They
put
feel
your
good.
hand in
They
Matt's.
Feel
I reached
good.
out for you.
They feel
He's
good.
reaching out for you, JP.
You're my brother from a different mother.
Oh, hold on. Y'all hold it. I want to get a picture of this. Y'all hold it. This is going to be the thumbnail. Hold it.
We both thought Black Panther was fun.
Oh my god.
It was a fun movie.
I got to say, in this picture of you two holding hands, Matt certainly looks a lot happier than JP.
Ew.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh. But anyways,
It's been real.
it's been fun.
It's been sexy.
It's been hot. JP, do you like the new home studio setup?
It's all right. Yeah.
It's come some ways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's there's duct work.
Yeah, I think some ways to go, but we've made a lot of progress.
Yes, we have made a lot of progress.
Listen, I was there in spirit, buddy. You did the hard I was just there, just emotional support.
Not the financial support, that's for sure. That was the patrons, which you are a patron. So, yeah, actually, Matt did help with the financial
You're
support.
welcome.
Speaking of which, JP, what's the status on those shirt deliveries there, homie? Patrons want their shirts.
Eternal Wreck. I've had a package for him in my car for a while, and I've got the rest of the shirts.
Listen, JP, I just
tow.
want you to get to it when you get to it. I'm in no rush.
What size are you, buddy?
I'm an extra small.
Okay.
No. Shirt size, not thick size.
Then an extra large. No, just a large will do.
All right, I got you.
I'm a little thick around the hips.
Who isn't? If you're not, how much fun can you possibly have?
Justin.
You can thank the gym for that. I worked out with Matt the other weekend, and it was as absolutely hilarious as I could have thought it was. We're sitting here doing curls.
Listen.
Matt does one set, so I get done, I do my thing, come back, and I'm like, you gotta do another. Matt goes, no, I'm good.
I don't lift the way that Justin lifts. Like I have the joint between my shoulder and my collarbone has been kind of goofed up.
Meaning he doesn't do it right.
Well, means I don't do it as well as Justin would have liked to have done it. See, Justin didn't know about my pertinent medical history.
Should I do some inverted push-ups right now for everyone?
Yes, JP worked out with me for years.
Ready? 1, 2. Holy crap,
JP, come on.
3,
You talking about with
4,
the legs up?
5.
Yeah, do it.
6.
Do it with the legs up. Let's do it. Uh-oh. Just don't step over that cable. Watch out. Be careful.
Oh, no.
There you go. Oh, some inverted push-ups.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Why is this? I feel like he's going to my board. Oh, inverted push-ups.
Oh.
There's one. There's, did he just himself? JP just did like six of them bad
That made my
boys.
wrist hurt watching him do that.
6 of them.
My wrists ain't strong like JP's.
I don't think JP was as ready for that as he thought he was.
I think he needs another drink. What do we say about my drinks?
We'll be all right.
Who taught you how to do those inverted?
It was a guy named Julius. He's a master technician, a master swordsman, and he's a heck of a
I don't think it was Julius.
gymnast.
I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't think it was Julius.
If you check out some of our previous podcasts, he knows a lot about Jesus and ghosts and working out.
The Jesus and
the Holy
ghosts he
Ghost?
knows a lot about, but the working out part I don't remember.
Have you seen his body lately?
I have not.
Download the Grinder app. You'll see as much as you want.
I'm into a bed near you.
In a bed near you.
That was me last night. Woo!
All right, Matt. JP just did some inverted push-ups. It is your turn. Get over there and show me your inverted push-ups.
So what? Like, he had his feet on the desk, but like, how was his hand position?
Just normal, shoulder width, normal push-ups.
So just having your feet up.
Yep. Do
That's
it.
it?
All right, let's go. Come on. Show it to
That's
me.
a lot.
Show it to me.
So 6 is the number to beat.
Yep.
Oh.
We gonna gain some muscle here. Who knew Walking Dead What Ifs was gonna turn into like a push-up contest? Don't kick my board. All right, Matt cannot find the. There you go. That's stable. Yep. All right. And 1, 2. He can't do more than 2. 3.
Yes, he can. It's
4.
tough right there.
All right. Y'all gonna make me do them of all. Matt, you did like 3, man.
It's a really narrow place.
All right, Matt, get back to your position and let me beat both of you.
Sit on his back.
All right.
All right, take a wee.
Let's talk about how fun Black Panther was.
Dude, like the tattoo on on the inside of the
2,
lip. My
3,
friend Buffalo Bob
4,
has the same tattoo,
6.
and he's not black. He hadn't experienced any. I'm not gonna say he hadn't experienced discrimination. He was a long hair back in like the 60s, the 70s. Back then, if you had long hair and a beard and stuff, you were an undesirable.
I could have kept
Whether you were
going, but I
white
got
or
bored.
black or whatever.
Me too.
Just for the record, I could have
he
kept
was
going.
busting them out.
What number did I get to?
15 is what I got.
15. So
He was counting every down and up as 2.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Whereas, you gotta go down and then up to equal 1.
For 1.
no,
up, down.
no.
Yeah. So he gave you quite a few, pal.
All right. Well, do you want me to do them again? JP, do you want to have a push-up off?
You don't want none of this jelly.
I saw you stop at 6. I saw Matt stop at 3. I think I've got this in the bag.
I stopped out of consideration for the podcast. That's all.
Not only does JP not only have moxie, but he doesn't have nothing to prove. That's what I like about him. He doesn't have nothing to prove. How did this what if turn into a push-up contest?
I don't know.
Where did we go wrong?
I have no clue. So how many did I get? 15?
15.
JP got 6 and you got
gentleman's 4.
3? Okay, we'll say 4.
One was a half C, so we'll count it as 3. 3.5 at least.
I want an impartial referee.
Those were inverted push-ups
I was counting
too.
them fairly. I gave Justin a fair count.
Referee.
See, you're wrong, JP. Matt just said he gave me a fair count.
He might as well be Arizona in the 2020 election.
Yes.
You can't take it for anything. All right? No.
Man.
I'll recount.
It's man. We can have a rematch right now.
Yeah.
Get on, put your feet up on this desk and do as many push-ups as you can.
Who's got the camera? Who's got the...
Who's ever got the moxie?
I do,
wins.
right here.
Raise your hand if you got moxie.
I don't have any moxie. I've told you, I don't like what that stuff does to you, Matt.
Let's all buy some moxie.
Mm.
Not on this here podcast.
Next time, what if? Who can do the most push-ups will be the next. Who can do the most physical activities will be the next what if.
Let me just say, 15 push-ups after drinking whiskey and beer all day.
I was impressed.
Is not good for the stomach. I see why JP stopped at 6. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap up tonight's Walking Dead What Ifs. Leave us your what ifs in the comments, and we'll get to them at some point.
Make sure you hashtag not my governor.
And nudes.
Yes.
Nudes.
Although you can't leave those in the comments, though. You'd have to send those private message.
That's fine.
Why do I feel like it's going to be all dudes?
Spread those cheeks.
Matt, anything you want to leave them with?
Hashtag not my governor.
Hashtag Matt didn't like Black Panther.
It was a fun movie. That kills JP every time.
He's from Wyoming. Yeah.
But in the meantime, for the love of God, leave your Walking Dead what ifs in the comments section below, and we'll definitely
so we don't
try
have to talk about racial debate and push-up contests.
Oh, which I won. Both.
The racial debate or the push-up contest.
Did anybody win tonight? Is the real question.
My stomach didn't.
Well, I'm gonna be sorry, ass. I have to work on Monday.
Yes.
Somebody killed Daryl.
God bless Generally Lee. It's a good Johnny Cash song, which we will play tomorrow night on the Outlaw Roundup and Honky Tonk Review.
Which is a real-life radio show that JP does.
It is, yeah.
What's an outlaw?
An outlaw is someone who does not conform or bow down to government sanctions because it's popular and they're afraid of losing this, that, or the other.
Now, those types of guys have moxie in my book.
An outlaw plays by his or her own rules.
Very interesting.
I wrote the rule book just so I could throw it right over my shoulder.
And that's going to be it for this week's podcasting data. Anyways,
we'll catch you next time. We just, when am I ever going to have Matt and JP in the same room? I just don't want to end it, but I need to wrap it up.
It was fun, just like Black Panther.
Oh.
JP, now's your last chance. Rip Mount.
I jest with you.
JP, rip on you.
Let someone tattoo something glow in the dark on your bottom lip and see how fun that feels.
I mean,
it's not fun at all. I get my Buffalo Bob on the phone. He'll tell you right quick. It's not fun. Yeah.
As long as we're all having a good time, that's all that matters to me. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, female genital mutilation is
now
not
that
fun
is pretty
for
I will agree with that one. That is
he loves it. I've seen him donate money to that. I've seen his Facebook. Matt, whatever you call it, donated X amount of funds to FMG.
Matt did that?
Disgusting, yes.
I mean, Matt does work in the medical field.
The freaking procedures. That's all I'm going to say.
Matthew.
What?
Unacceptable.
I know that's a paycheck, but no,
I
not
get it.
this one.
There's some things that happen in the world, and I do feel bad about stuff like that. And
He loves it.
That's that. This
He loves it. You listen to him giggle. He loves it.
Because you're making me nervous.
You can't get enough of it. Circumcise the women. That's what he's all about.
Can you do that?
Wow. How far this podcast has sunken since I've been gone.
Can you dig us out of this shame hole of ours?
Disgusting.
Well, the point of this show is not to get a rise out of people, but we need more White Claw.
I'm just trying to help the people.
Let's fight.
I'm trying to de-pattern. Are you familiar with de-patterning?
No.
Well, what the government does is pattern us from the time we're born. It's basically taking what
Stripping
you
away,
are
and
and replacing
individualism.
it with like a facsimile,
Yeah.
which they build upon. I'm trying to de-pattern myself.
You know fax is short for facsimile?
No, that's not true. This ain't 1993.
It's the year that Justin was born.
It doesn't matter.
Well, the world's up. Let's try to make it better.
Yep. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. It's been an absolute blast to have Matt and JP on the podcast.
We're going to fight, then we're going to make love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that I can get down with.
Who's going to win each one of those?
Makeup sex is the best, let me tell you.
I feel like JP will win the fight, but Matt will win in making love.
I will.
Well,
I got some DSLs.
I've got the wrong music bed.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to wrap it up.
Yeah. I can get down with that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this Walking Dead What Ifs, which went in a very strange direction. Thank you, of course, to JP and Matt for joining me in the home
Sit up
studio.
contest now. Let's go.
But we'll see you soon. I'm Justin.
Matt at Dubs.
He's Matt, and I'm just happy to be here.
Woo!
Dear God, we'll see you soon.